okay. I think that sounds alright. I don't know. It was echoing really badly before. I don't know if that's working. Okay. I've got an external webcam on this because this computer that I'm using, absolute nightmare. It decided to have some sort of problem with itself, with its keyboard and its mouse, literally a week and a half before my master's deadline. So this was the big piece that's going to be 50% of my grade. So that was fun. That was high stress. But that's why I'm here on this webcam. I don't know if you like it. I don't know what the quality's like. But I quite like it, actually. So this is an update video from mine own bedroom. You've obviously realised over the past, I think I was 22 when I started studying. So ever since I started with my degree, so I did my bachelor's in English Lit with creative writing, and I've just finished my master's. As in my work is finished, I haven't got my grade yet, which is stressful, but I submitted my last piece like half a week ago. And it's like that transition period in my life where I kind of feel really lost, and I know the day after I was finished, I kind of felt like a weird, like, actual grief. Like, I love being a student, I love studying, I love learning. And that's what I love about the Open University, because I'm quite a studious person. Like, I love it, absolutely love it. Like, I love it to an extent that it should not be loved. But obviously, an away from home university wasn't going to be for me. So there's been different struggles associated with that. And I'm going to make a video pretty soon, actually, about my top 10 tips for studying with the Open University. A lot of them won't be from my experience in a good way. Like, it'll be, I should really have done this. And many times I made it much more hard for myself than it needed to be. But I just want to check in with you guys, because now my master's is finished, so I'm sorting out my life, really. So in every aspect, really. So emotionally, physical health, all that kind of thing. So I'm doing a lot of mental health work at the moment. I'm trying to get out of a pretty bad situation right now. Trying to navigate that on my own terms. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on that, which I'm kind of doing. I'm trying to figure out where I want to be in the world. So I'm 28 and I'm going to be 30 in like 2 years. And I kind of want a trajectory. And I think something I liked about studying was that it had that kind of, you know, you were going towards something, and I love to work towards things because I'm that sort of person that I need a goal. Otherwise I go mad. Like, I need a goal. And I'm quite like relentless in pursuit of a goal. It's like one of my fatal flaw probably is that I'm just like relentless in pursuit of a goal. Like, I see it ahead of me, and no matter what obstacles there are, I will reach it. Which is what I've done with my Open University study. Despite numerous mental health issues and issues in my home environment and other things going on, I've done it. So I don't know what I'm going to get. Like, I don't really understand. Like, with a master's, I know they don't ask, you know, what did you get for your master's? I'm a perfectionist, so I really want, like, the top you can get. When I did my bachelor's, I got a first, which I'm really pleased about. And I'm not someone who judges people who don't have like a university education or anything like that. Like, it's not in that sense, just in the sense that I'm a perfectionist. So anything that I do want to do and that I set my mind on doing, I will do it to the absolute best of my ability. And I will beat myself up if I don't do it to the best of my ability. And that's another flaw of mine. So in this, you know, sorting out things, so I'm a writer, I'm a novelist, so I've got a novel that's I'm doing the final adjustments to now. I've been working on it over my 2-year master's period, and I've learned valuable stuff there. So I'm going to try and get that published coming up. That's a goal that I've got that's coming, which I'm really, really excited about. I feel like I found my thing in life, which is writing, and it always kind of has been. I think in situations I've had in my life, I've always been escaping through imagination, also really good at empathizing with other people, even people who are different from me, as a survival technique, which has actually then gone on to make me, if I do say so myself, a good writer. I am arrogant when it comes to my writing. Not on many things, there's many things I'm very bad at, but if there's one thing I'm good at, it is writing, and I am very good at that. And that's something that I feel really proud of doing, because I feel like everybody has a talent, and I think some people just don't get the opportunity to find what it is, And I know that I've found mine because it just makes me so happy. You know, I think apart from being with Dan, I think writing is just when I feel the most alive, and you get to wear different skins and you kind of escape your own life for a bit, and you're able to say something about the world through characters and kind of repackage your own trauma through other characters and work through it. That's what I've found on my course. It's just been amazing, like to have that slight distance, because it's, you know, it's a novel, it's different characters, it's different personalities, you know, they won't deal with things the same way you will. That has been such a godsend for me. Anyway, I want to be making some more YouTube videos. So now I've got a lot of time. I mean, my YouTube channel did pretty well in the past, when obviously it was the time before I was studying. So I was able to put out several videos a week. I loved doing it. It was a lifeline to me when I couldn't really socialise with people, and I was going through some tough stuff in my personal life, my home life, which I couldn't really share with people. But it was such a lifeline to me, and I loved it. Like, I absolutely loved it. So now I'm able to do more YouTube videos, which I'm really excited about because I've missed it so much. I had to put my master's and my degree first, you know, I had to do that. So there were many times when I wanted to get my camera out and just start talking about something, like reviewing something or having a moan or anything. And I couldn't, because I knew I had work that had to be done. And, you know, you only do that stuff once, and I wanted to get it done. Now I've got... I'm kind of sorting out my schedule and everything, and I want to get back to doing, I was never regular on YouTube, you know, it's not going to be this video's out on this day kind of thing, which I admire so much in other YouTubers, but it's not me because of my mental health and my general... I only make videos if I feel like I've got something I need to say, if that makes sense. Not that sounds bad, not as in other YouTubers don't, you know, they often, you know, their schedules will involve, you know, this is a topic I want to talk about, and obviously they have a lot to offer. That sounds like I'm putting them down, I'm really not. I just mean that for me, I'm not good at planning ahead. I'm very spur of the moment videos. Rarely are my videos scripted. The only times they really are if it's a video essay. Otherwise they just come straight out of me, which is also why sometimes they're completely incoherent. Okay, I just checked to see if this was recording, and it is, so we're all good. So I kind of want to know, basically I want to kind of get back in touch and find out what you guys are up to, what kind of videos you'd be interested in. So I want to make a load of mental health videos. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, I'm watching that at the moment. Obsessed, love it. I'm actually going to make a video about Alicent. I've got an Alicent video coming up. Basically let me know what you want. I mean, this isn't a channel where I kind of like, you know, oh, I'll do this because someone says to me. But if it's something that would be helpful that I could offer something on, then I will do it. There are also things that I'm not knowledgeable on particularly, and it probably wouldn't be helpful for me to make the video. I want to talk more about mental health, the experience of being in your 20s when you're on that lag, really. I think being in the situation I'm in due to mental health issues and family situation or home situation circumstances, I am behind in some ways, or you navigate things differently. So I'm happy to talk about that kind of thing. I would like to make some more videos about trauma, complex PTSD, you know, how you navigate those situations, not in a pessimistic way. Like, I want to kind of, I feel like these things aren't spoken about very much. It's like that. It's hard to, I think it's because it is hard to articulate. I think some people on here kind of felt that kinship with me early on before I even disclosed any of that, because you kind of sense it in other people. I can. Sometimes if I, you know, just randomly, you know, I'll see a YouTuber or somebody and I just get this vibe, and I think, look, I feel like you know what I'm talking about here. Like, I feel like you get it. Especially in the social justice sphere, because I feel like it gives you a deeper understanding of oppressive dynamics. That's my theory. I will make a video about this, but I feel like there's two sorts of people. Like, if you go through trauma, you're either going to go on to become somebody who perpetuates more trauma because you're rationalizing it and thinking it was fine, it happened to me, so it can happen to other people, you know, I'm fine, I'm not a victim, and you go through that. Not that you have to see yourself as a victim, but, you know, there's that, and you kind of perpetuate systems. You see this mirrored in politics, I think, and in society. And then you get the other people who think, look, I've gone through this, I'm going through this, I don't want other people to suffer the way I have, it was horrible, I'm going to try and change things. Which again takes me into House of the Dragon, because I guess that's Rhaenyra and Alicent's exciting kind of rivalry, isn't it? That you've got Rhaenyra, who's very modern to us, who is trying to break cycles to an extent. I mean, she's still from like a royal family, that's, wants to rule based on birthright and violence and conquest. But in terms of the personality types, you've got somebody who's more forward thinking for her era, the era that they're in, the fictional era. And then you've got Alicent, who has also struggled a lot under patriarchy, more than Rhaenyra has. And she's kind of in this situation where she's having a breakdown now because she's thinking, I did everything right. I did absolutely everything right under patriarchy, and I must uphold patriarchy, otherwise everything has been for nothing, It's that. That's a video I'm going to make. But, yeah, so I'm happy to make videos about mental health. I can talk about, strategies for coping with trauma, fandom stuff. I'm excited. House of the Dragon is my thing right now. I'm also watching Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I'm obsessed. I don't know if you watch that. It was this online kind of puppet horror thing, like a kids show. It's designed like a kids show, but it's creepy. And I watched that with Dan. Got me into that, and there was this really long period of time where we thought that nothing was coming, and that it had gone dead. And then they announced that they were going to be on Channel 4, so they've released a whole new series. I'm obsessed. My favourite character is Duck. I don't know if anyone else even watches the show, but it's good that the episodes are kind of short. They are scary in a kind of psychological sense, in as much as puppets can be scary. It's scary. I think it's that mesh of childhood stuff. It's it's something that feels inherently safe to us, isn't it? Or it should do as children, which really it shouldn't. If you look at how terrifying the Teletubbies actually are, and how terrifying, Mr. Blobby, terrifying. But it's something, it gets you in that place where it's supposed to be a safe childhood feeling, and then they do that with it, and I just think psychologically it's really clever. I'm watching BBC Ghosts. I love BBC Ghosts so much. Obsessed. If you watch that, like me, tell me your favourite ghost. My favourite ghost is the Captain. But I also I like every single ghost, even Julian. Julian is the ghost of a Tory MP. He's not a nice person, but I like him anyway. So yeah, politics. I'm going to be making some more politics videos. I know that's not necessarily going to appeal to people who aren't in the UK, but I kind of want to talk about that more. We've got a lot of stuff going on here right now. We've got... Oh, the Queen died. That was... I tell you what, the country went completely mad. There was this enforced mourning period of 10 days. And I swear the BBC was just playing... It was like I was in 1984. It was absolutely bizarre. And I don't have any problem with people who, this isn't the video for this, I'll probably make one. I don't have any problem with people who respected her and people who, fair enough, if you're grieving, you're grieving. But it's the fact it's forced on everyone. And any dissent against the monarchy, it's no, an old woman died. It's yeah, but they're installing a new king we didn't elect. But he's grieving. It's okay, let him grieve, don't make him the next king. Yeah, and I have deep beef with Charlie Boy. Because of Diana, really. That's another thing I've noticed. If you ever find socialists, right, and lefties who are anti-monarchy, and yet they seem very invested in Diana, in Harry and Meghan, I think they probably come from a similar they understand dynamics. Let's just put it like that. When I see people like that, I'm I see you. You're anti-monarchy, yep. But you're pro-Diana, yep. But yeah, so that's it really. It's just a hello, and I'm back. I'm back. I tried to make videos while I was doing my course, but my course always had to come first. So I was always thinking, I want to make videos about Doctor Who and all this stuff. And the big Doctor Who episode is going to be coming up soon. So I'm excited to see that and talk about that. David Tennant's been on set. Now here's the thing. David Tennant is my Doctor, although not my favourite Doctor. Well, I don't know, how can you say? I can't choose between 9 and 10. They are both my favourite for different reasons. I love them. I'm obsessed. So that's just been unreal and exciting. She-Hulk is on at the moment. I love I love it. I keep up with the MCU stuff. I like the good ones. I liked WandaVision to an extent. Just all of it apart from the last episode. And I'm watching She-Hulk, and it's awkward. It's an awkward situation because people are waiting for Daredevil. They're waiting for Matt Murdock. Matt Murdock is my boy. I love Daredevil. Dan got me into it. I thought I wouldn't like it because it was going to be all gritty and, Actually, it's a really left-wing show, I find, anyway. That's what I think. I think it's really well written, really well characterised. It's just a great show, and it wasn't what I expected at all. I had a similar thing with The Boys. The Boys, I feel like the vibe it gave off was this hyper masculinity, a lot of violence. It was really giving me Watchmen. But it's actually a deconstruction of that stuff, and it's incredibly left-wing. And I only kind of cottoned on, I think it was the second season, because in the first season they weren't so, like, overt with their morals. And then in the second season it was like, oh my god, I understand what you're doing. I'm obsessed. I love it. I love that. So yeah, I'm waiting for Matt Murdock. And unfortunately, because people are being sexist about She-Hulk, the show, they're acting like, some people are acting like, oh no, people who like Daredevil are sexist. And it's like, you know, I wish it was that simple. But frankly, Daredevil is a better show, in my opinion. It's really well written. The characters are great. Matt is probably one of the best written characters Marvel has right now, I would say. And I, you know, as a writer, I say that he's not even like my favourite character. I just think he's really well written. So I'm really excited to see him. So excited to see him. Yeah, I don't know what Marvel's doing right now. I don't get it. Like, obviously it's being spread too thin, in my opinion. I don't think they're bringing out particularly good stuff right now. Strictly Come Dancing's back. Love that. I am obsessed with Strictly. I just love watching people learn how to dance, and it just makes me happy. Like, seeing people dance makes me happy. I used to dance when I was younger. I love dancing. It makes me, I just love to watch good dancing. I love it. So that's good. Autumn is my favourite season, so we're in a good season for me. Can't stand the summer. The heat is not for me. The heat is not for me. I bonded with someone in a hospital waiting room about this fairly recently. In the summer, right, people go on about the summer like, oh, it's great. Okay, but if you're too hot, what can you do? Like, what can you do? You can't go around naked, you know. And when you're too hot at night, you can't, like, what do? When you're cold, you can put a blanket on, you know. In the autumn anyway. In the winter, it's different. And that's not getting into political stuff in this country. I mean, I'll get into, it's too heavy for this video, but let's just say that the government right now are evil. Like, I will say that they're evil. And I'm not even shocked. But yeah, it's not good. We are facing, the energy prices have gone so high. The cost of food has gone so high. The cost of living is absolutely untenable. Like, it's not livable for people, you know, and people will die. Sorry to say that in this video, make it, you know, that's the reality. But they don't seem to care. And they're still going to pay, you know, they still pay all this money for mourning the Queen, all this money for the coronation. It's just, well, I want to scream, really, because, you know, people on the left are being reframed as these, like, radicals. And it's like, I just want people to be able to have food and water and shelter and just have a decent life. Like, not, you know, I'm not asking for anything extravagant. Like, literally, I just think that should be available to all people. I think that workers should have a pay rise, you know. I think that the way we treat striking workers is appalling. Acting like, oh, you're causing fuss, and no, I mean, we have to stick together, all of us. I mean, whether you're working or not, you know, people deserve to be paid for their work. It's not much to ask when the bankers have bonuses and the MPs are claiming expenses. Like, it's not much to ask, in my opinion. Like, it's just basic humanity. I don't even think that's political. Like, apparently it is. I don't think that's political. You know, it's not an undoable thing, but we're not doing it because we've convinced ourselves that apparently that's not viable financially. Of course it is. Of course it is. But yeah, it's another one of those big delusions we're all going through, much like the big collective mourning of the Queen dying, which I will make a video about. And, you know, oh my lord, like, you know, it made me want to laugh, really. Like, not someone dying, obviously she's got family who care about her very much, but the way everyone reacted to it, as if they'd lost their personal grandmother. There were people saying things like, what will we do now without her? Who will look after us? I'm not exaggerating. Who will look after us? She didn't look. What are you talking about? You didn't know her. What? What are you actually talking about? You know, it's so weird. Oh, I'm so glad we have a new king. The king will, you know, he's a good guy. The king will protect us. It's like, I just don't understand anyone thinking that someone's better than them based on birth. I can understand respecting someone's achievements, you know, and their personal qualities, but that is just weird. I don't know if it's like particularly it's a British thing, but it's like people just want to be subjugated to a certain degree. It's like a weird kink, really, isn't it? It's like, why? You know, it's like, don't put us all through it, you know. It's awful. I've made videos about the royal family before. I think the system is so bad. I've been reading I've been reading. Where is it? Oh, it's not with me. I've got the Diana Her True Story, and I was actually reading it because um, I believe that she had BPD, or emotionally unstable personality disorder, or complex post-traumatic stress disorder. She went through psychological abuse. She was gaslit. Um, you know, she was kind of made out to be the problem when she was having symptoms, and she was treated really badly. And it's like this really famous case study that we can look at that I feel a lot of kinship towards. And I think a lot of people probably would if they read that. So yeah, I mean, the institution, I don't know how else to say the institution is completely toxic and also doesn't make sense. Like, it does not make sense at all. Which brings me back to House of the Dragon. Someone wrote an article the other day, an actual person who reviews things. Let me get my cup of tea a second. I hope it's still hot. I don't like drinking cold tea. They actually wrote an article that I saw, which was about how there's no one to root for. I don't want anyone to... These people are all terrible, and I don't want anyone to rule the Iron Throne. Like, it's not good. Now, imagine being a critic, someone who consumes media, and not realising that's the point. How do you not realise? I don't know, sorry, but how do you not realise? Oh, it's just... I feel like I'm going insane, and I think that's actually a sign of sanity here. Because I feel like so much stuff does not make sense right now. Like, the whole... I didn't realise there were so many people, even liberals, that loved the monarchy so much. Like, why? Why? I actually don't get it. But why? Like, I just... Really, really weird for people who want to dismantle oppression to believe in a system of hereditary birthright. Even with respect for the Queen as a woman, that people do have, the idea of continuing that now is being presented like it's some sort of terrible treasonous thing to say, like to suggest actually maybe we should vote now, like maybe we should have a conversation about if we want this to continue and do we need it now, That's all I'm asking for, I don't want to like impose my will upon people, but I think we should at least have the conversation. It's not a mad conversation to have, in a democracy. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I hope this has worked. Let me know how you're doing, what sort of videos you're after. I'm gonna have more time. Well, kind of. I'm gonna have more time to do things, and I want to get back to YouTube. Like, I love talking to you guys so much. It's just a release for me. Like, it's just so nice. So, I love you loads, and I will see you really, really soon. I hope the video quality's alright. Love you. Bye.